Hi, I'm Erica Mather, here to introduce you to the 8 Forrest Yoga basic moves. They are active feet, active hands, tuck tailbone, telescope ribs, expand ribs, wrap shoulders, relax neck, and ujjayi breath. These are foundational principles that sharpen your understanding of proper alignment, encourage deeper feeling and sensation, and can empower you towards a new level of health and awareness. In these 8 individual segments, we'll explore each basic move individually and see how they apply in practice. Please join me now while we look at these exercises and do them together. Okay, so now let's learn active feet. Stand on your right leg and extend your left leg out in front of you. Press through the ball of the foot and spread and lift the toes. And then as you extend the heel of the foot to the floor and anchor it down, feel for spreading the skin on the sole of the foot. And step the foot back underneath you. Keep your toes lifted. This will help to lift the arch as well, which can rehabilitate the foot if you have a flat foot. And anchor on the left leg and then stretch the right leg out in front of you. And press through the ball of the foot, lift and spread the toes, and feel for what that does in the bones of the feet. And then anchor the heel of the foot to the floor and stretch and spread the skin on the sole of it. And anchor both feet underneath you. Keep your toes lifted. This is a basic approach to active feet. And now we'll look at and do some poses together and feel for how this principle can be applied in different contexts. Let's explore active feet in a seated side bend. So extend one leg out in front of you and bring the other foot to the inner thigh. Now, activating both feet in this posture. So the front foot, press through the ball of the foot and spread the toes. And this will contract the hamstring a little bit so that it's protected and you pull the sit bone down. The other foot, you're pressing into the inner thigh. It too is active. Now take your front arm around behind your back, grab the top of the thigh, and if you can't get the thigh, hang on to clothing or slide your hand into a waistband. And then lean into the side bend. As you lean into the side bend, feel for keeping the feet active. Inhale, stretch the breath and expand the ribs. As you exhale, reach out through the ball of the front foot, and this should help you lengthen the leg and keep the legs really engaged so that your pelvis is supported, the low back is supported, and so that you can feel more deeply through the entire pose. Feel for the inhale. As you exhale, press the bent leg foot into the thigh and find out how that continues to help you anchor the pelvis down. Keep the neck relaxed. When you come out of the pose, just release the back arm, reach back with it, and then inhaling, pull yourself up and out of the side bend, keeping the feet active. And then you'll do the other side. Lie down on your back for elbow to knee. Begin by bringing hands behind the neck, interlacing fingers, and then point the elbows towards the ceiling. Bring knees over the hips, and already the feet are engaged, toes spread. Inhale, curl head and shoulder blades up off the mat. Hold the breath and lift the tailbone. And exhaling, reach elbows towards left thigh, straighten the right leg forward. It's on about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little higher. And feel for pressing through the ball of the foot and spreading the toes so you're engaging the inner leg line strongly. Inhale back to center, head and shoulder blades stay lifted, both knees are bent. Hold the breath, lift the tailbone. Exhaling, reach elbows towards right thigh, left leg extends forward, and feel for how pressing through the ball of the foot lengthens the leg and helps you to press the low back into the floor. Inhale back to center and release. Let's explore active feet in lunges. I know in part what's important about the active foot in lunges is the back foot. Okay, so the top of the foot presses into the floor, but this foot is still engaged. So come forward onto hands and knees and then step one foot forward. And you'll sink hips down and forward towards the front heel. The toes spread on the back foot. They lift on the front foot. And you can climb hands onto the front knee and feel how keeping the feet engaged helps you to be stable and helps you to lengthen. Inhale, reach the arms up, extending the line all the way from the feet out through the fingers. As you exhale, bring hands down, transition back onto hands and knees. Let's do the other side. So step the other foot forward. Sink hips down and forward towards the front heel. Feel first for spreading toes on the back foot. Lift toes on the front foot and feel how the engagement of the feet really stabilizes the pelvis and gives you good steady balance. You can climb hands onto the front knee and pause there and feel for deepening the breath and the stability from the feet. Or as you inhale, reach arms up and overhead, extend and lift ribs, and that originates in the feet. Hands come back down to the floor. You can transition back onto hands and knees and sit back on your heels. Let's take a look now at how active feet works in some standing poses, first exploring warrior 2. So, step your feet about 4 to 4.5 feet apart. Turn one foot out. The other foot angles in just a little bit, not very far. And then keep the feet engaged. So the toes are lifted on the front foot. They're spread on the back foot. And feel for that as you bend the front knee over the front ankle. You might find that the pose is a little imprecise. Like I need to lengthen a little bit. Inhale, reach arms out to the sides. And as you exhale, keep feeling for pressing down evenly through the ball of the foot and the heel on both feet and how that helps you to access the inner line of the leg, which supports the sit bones and therefore supports the pelvis and the low back and the ribs. Inhale again, expand ribs. As you exhale, keep active feet as maybe you send the front thigh bone forward in order to deepen the pose. You'll feel how that helps you to actually go a little bit deeper into the posture. And then you'll do the other side. So finally, let's take a look at how active feet works when you go upside down. The reach through the ball of the foot, the spread of the toes is really helpful to pull the weight of the legs out of the pelvis and out of the low back. So to come into the pose, what you'll do is take forearms flat to the floor under the shoulders, knees under hips. Grasp opposite upper arms midway between the elbow and the shoulder to check that the elbow's under the shoulders. If your shoulders are a little funky or maybe injured, you'll work with fingers interlaced. Otherwise, palms are pressed flat to the floor. Relax the neck. Inhale, broaden between shoulder blades. As you exhale, straighten leg and come on into a dolphin pose. And from there, one leg will lift, then the other knee as you inhale, and maybe just start by taking some hops. And eventually you'll find where is the balance point of the hips over the shoulders. And you can reach up through both feet and pull the weight of the legs out of the pelvis and the low back. You can step down and rest in embryo. Thank you so much for joining me for this segment on active feet, where I hope that you learn the principle and how to apply it in a variety of different contexts. Please join me for the next segment on active hands.